Hi guys, I'm Igor. Today is February 19th, 2020. Market futures are up, pretty much recovering from yesterday's sell-off and on pretty good numbers on housing starts. And here are your top movers for long and short term. And before we start, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the like button and write me some comments. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so let's start with Apple. So yesterday's villains become today's darlings. Such stocks as Apple is higher pre-market, and Apple suppliers also are higher pre-market. But I'm not a buyer of Apple at this point here. I'd love Apple to come down a little bit more. Suppliers came down more than Apple actually. And I'm more interested, as I said yesterday, in suppliers than in Apple itself. Okay, so SWKS is the Apple supplier that I'm very interested in, and another supplier is Light Lumentum Holdings, AVGO, Broadcom Corporation. I'm interested in that, and also the chip stocks that were sold off yesterday will be on a run and going higher, at least pre-market today. And don't forget, guys, that the ramp up, a lot of chip makers in China were down during the coronavirus, and to come back for those chip makers will take a time to ramp up their production. So a lot of companies, the chip makers like AMAT, Applied Materials, and MU, Micron, and others will benefit from this because the demand will pick up faster than the ramp up in production in semiconductors for Chinese companies. So these companies will benefit from this. So the memory prices will rise. Okay, so I think, and I maintain my stand, that these companies, AMAT, MU, they all buy on any weakness. Okay, NVidia, even though NVidia was higher yesterday, and pre-market is trading already over $300 as I thought it would. Okay, AMD's, even though AMD is pushing the overbought territory, I think it's still a buy at this point, and it's higher yesterday and it's higher today. Okay, Intel is also another stock that's been pretty much beaten up recently, but I think it's a pretty good buy. Okay, so other stocks that's been beat up yesterday, Inmode. Inmode, I don't know why the stock was down yesterday, but I think it's the leftovers from the lockup share expiration, and because they reported really good numbers and gave pretty good guidance, and I think the stock could be picked up in this area. Okay, another stock that I actually like on a sell-off is iRobot. iRobot was down yesterday a lot, just like Inmode, and I think it's a pretty good pickup. Okay, in the news, the company that's reported is Groupon. Groupon reported horrible numbers actually, and on top of that they said that their management decided to do a reverse stock split, 1-10 or 1-12. When somebody say reverse stock split, it's pretty much sell and run. Okay, so I would sell and run Groupon. Okay, another company that's in the news, and it's always in the news, is Tesla. Tesla is ripping this morning again, up another, like, I don't know, what, $70 pre-market. And I've been saying that Tesla is pretty high to buy here, and I love to play call spreads on Tesla, but looks like Tesla is going to retest its all-time high of $968 or $968.99. It seems like it's going there, and I don't think anything can stop it. Okay, even though it's overbought, even though it's very high, but looks like it's going there anyway. I would play Tesla call spreads, like I said before, and I would actually play call spreads in the money call spreads for Tesla, because this is a very dangerous stock and can fall anytime. But looks like the optimism for Tesla is very high and it's going higher. Okay, so another company that's in the news is Boeing. Boeing reported that they have found debris in their fuel tank. Okay, so but the stock is still a higher pre-market because people understand that this is duopoly. It's only Boeing and Airbus, and there's no other company to buy pretty much, and they think that every time Boeing reports bad news, there will be no more bad news left. So Boeing people are very optimistic about the new CEO and that the fact that the 737 MAX is going to be online soon. But every time people say that and very optimistic, they come out and praise the new CEO and thinking the company is going to go up. Boeing reports another failure, but the stock is still going higher, and I think it's going to open pre-market higher, but I wouldn't touch it. Okay, so on the heels of Boeing, GE. Okay, GE actually I actually like GE a lot more than, for example, Boeing. If you want to play Boeing, play GE. GE is pitching a new engine to Airbus, and there were a lot of reports yesterday that the companies. Some companies could be required to sell to Chinese companies, and that report was rebuked by President Trump tweets saying that we want to sell to China, not to restrict companies to sell to China, other suppliers. So GE was citing one of the companies that could be affected by this, but President Trump rebuked it. So I think GE is a pretty good pickup, and I like Larry Culp, their CEO. Okay, Garmin, GRMN. Garmin reported pretty good numbers. I like this company a lot. They reported really good numbers, updated their outlook, and they raised their dividend. So this company is going higher, even though it was high. I mean, trading pretty high, but I think it's going to take its 52-week high today. Okay, so GRMN. Dish also reported good numbers and slower than expected subscriber loss. But remember, this subscriber loss, I really don't like the company, and I think it's in overbought territory, and I wouldn't pick up the stock. Dish is DISH. Okay, Zoom Video. Okay, Zoom Video is in the news lately, and it's been going higher in the past few weeks because of the coronavirus, and because the face-to-face contact is not desired, so people are doing video conferencing. So Zoom Video is going higher, but I think it's very, very high at this point, and I wouldn't pick up the stock, even though it's opening higher. Okay, so Ally, it's a financial company. Okay, ALLY, and they reported that they're buying CardWorks private company, and the stock is down pre-market because the market didn't like this decision to buy Ally for $2.5 billion, to buy a private company, CardWorks, for $2.5 billion, and I wouldn't pick up the stock. Okay, BBBY, okay, Bed Bath & Beyond is higher pre-market because the CEO came out and said that they're remodeling their stores, and they said they tried the new remodel stores, like 2 to 3 stores sampling, and it's working pretty good because the sales are up 2 to 4%. So people can see the results of new CEO Mark Triton to do something with the company. Also, they sold some of their assets, some of their buildings, and raised a lot of cash to do this remodeling, and they will use this cash for buybacks. So the stock is up, and I think, as you can see, here's the gap here. Okay, between like $14.5 and $11. I think this gap is going to be filled, and the stock is going higher, I think. Okay, HLF also reported. Herbalife and they reported pretty good numbers, good guidance, but they said it will be affected by coronavirus. It's a good stock to buy under $40 in my opinion. Okay, so Lazy Boy also reported pretty good numbers, and Lazy Boy is higher, even though they missed the sales came up short, but the numbers are pretty good. I wouldn't buy the stock. It's bidding at the open at $34.90. So opening up what, like $2 or something. It's pretty dangerous buy at this point, this high. Okay, I would love it to come down before I buy this. And another company is SSTI. It's called Shotspotter, that I like. Okay, Shotspotter is up a lot after beating their consensus and giving higher guidance. I think this is a very good buy, and if the stock comes down a little bit, I would definitely buy it. The stock symbol is SSTI. And two more companies, Luckin Coffee and ATHM, two Chinese companies that are higher pre-market because people that coronavirus is not going to last long, so people are buying Chinese stocks. Okay, that's it, guys. That's my take for today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the like button, and I'll see you tomorrow.